Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs. This week, I am using the All Zipped Up bundle as my focus product of the week. Really a fun bundle with these really unique zippers. Now, this time, I am focusing more on the stamps. I am just loving this cute little polka dot stamp here, but I also love these other just basic images. Sometimes we just need a basic heart, a basic star, and even these lines right here I really like. So I'm going to show you how I used them combined with this cute little simple school day stamp set for a nice little treat. I think it's almost May, which means teacher appreciation. And let me tell you, as a former teacher, any sweet gift that a child brings in the morning really helps start your day. So in here, we've got a Little Debbie cookies and cream brownie. My girls love these, and I accidentally bought the big pack. It weighs like 30 pounds, but guess what? That means leftovers for my kids after we give them away to their teachers, so they'll love them. But you can find these if you look at the Little Debbie Snack Finder website. You can put in your zip code, and it'll tell you where in your area you can find these. They're delicious. I try to keep them out of my line of sight because they are a guilty pleasure. Okay, let's make the box first. We're going to do a little bit of masking on that front so that we only get the stripes on the front. I really like making plaid. I'm a plaid obsessed person. I want everything plaid. So whenever I can make plaid with a stamp, you know I'm going to do it. All right, this is a piece of Poppy Parade, 6 by 5 3/4. On the long side, we're going to score it at 2, 2 3/4, 4 3/4, and I'm looking at my notes, 5 1/2, okay? Then turn it on the short side, and we're going to do 3/4, 4 1/2, and 5 1/4. Now, this side right here, where we have these two little sections, that's going to be the lip that we're going to fold down into our box, okay? So just to kind of orient you on the short side, this is the lip up here, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and burnish the lines. Burnish just means to fold them, give them a nice little fold. Make them nice and crisp. That way your box will more than likely be square. Sometimes, you guys, my score lines are crooked. And I find out when I burnish those lines and they don't look so good. Okay, now let's do some cutting so you can kind of tell where we're going to do the next part. Let me find my good paper snips. Okay, so remember we scored it here and here. This is going to be the top, so we're going to turn it that way. Over here, this little skinny section right here is going to be where we're going to put our adhesive. So cut off that rectangle, and I notice I kind of went up a little bit with it. That's just to kind of, in case my score line is a little bit longer than it needs to be, it'll be hidden. All right, now over on this side, cut off those two rectangles and cut that at an angle. Now, I like for this to be in the back. So when I adhere it, that means that this right here is going to be my front, okay? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut off that. Okay, we're going to leave that there. Then I'm going to take my scissors and completely cut across these two sections right here. All right, now let's look and see what we're looking like. Okay, now again from here, cut all the way down, but only cut off that little section right there. All right, so when we adhere it, see, these little flaps are going to go down like that. So that means this is the section that we're going to stamp those red stripes on. Okay, let me grab my grid paper. And we're going to use some of Stampin' Up's masking paper. And I like our masking paper, but I have found that my pack is a little extra sticky. So I like to remove some of the sticky. I'm going to delint my shirt to make it less sticky. Just in case. I've heard from other people theirs aren't very sticky, so maybe it's just my pack. But if it's too sticky, when you go to pull it up, it's going to rip your paper, which you don't want. Okay, so just take some of the sticky off and get some of the dog hair off my jacket. All right, we're gonna cover that. So we're just gonna do this little section right here. I'm not gonna worry too much about that guy because he's on the bottom. All right, so here's this double stripe image. Let me show you again right here. And we're just gonna go crisscross across our piece. I'm using Poppy Parade, so tone on tone. And notice that the stamp is longer than the ink pad, so you need to make sure that you to get the whole thing. On this, we'll probably be okay, but if you stamped that and you hadn't inked it, it wouldn't look very good. All right, I'm just gonna go kind of up and down. I'm not stressed about it being equal distance. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect, it's handmade. Anything that is handmade is not going to be perfect. All right, so then we're just gonna go kind of across. Give us this cute little plaid look. And I think I'm gonna go across like that so it goes a little bit down. All right, so then we'll just peel these pieces carefully off. See, it did still take a little bit of that paper. And here is our box. Oh, I forgot to cut the bottom. Let's do that too. All right, just snip, snip, snip. All right, tear and tape is probably the best for this box. And you guys, I'm really glad that the camera is zoomed in so you can't see what a giant mess I have over here. I don't have tear and tape, so we're gonna go with Stampin' Seal. Normally I would not use Stampin' Seal. I live in a very humid climate, so for my boxes, I wanna make sure to use something really good. Our green glue also works really well. All right, so we adhered that behind that edge. Now we're gonna take the sides, fold them in, then the back and the front is gonna curl around like that, okay? Let's get our brownie, slide that in. It should be a perfect fit. Now, sometimes they have extra cellophane, so I just kind of take it and tuck it in. Now, you can stick this in, but it's kind of hard to do that, so we're gonna use a corner rounder. Another thing I like to do sometimes is cut the corners like this. It's gonna make that easier to go down in there. If you don't happen to have a corner rounder, that's okay. You can just cut the corners off and that'll do the same thing. All right, tuck those in and tuck that baby down in there. It is a tight fit, I will tell you. There's no extra space. All right, my favorite ribbon, very vanilla and black, large check ribbon. I think this is good to go with our little backpack. Okay, let's tie that. My girls are in high school and they do not like giving their teacher treats. So a lot of times I'll have to bribe them, or we'll just give treats to their very favorite teachers. I know that's probably not fair, but I'll take what I can get with these two. Okay, now let's do our stamping. I have cut out an Azure Afternoon stylish, let's see if I can say it right, stylish shape circle. It is the second largest, and we're gonna use that cute polka dot stamp. I don't know why I love these polka dots so much, but they are just the cutest. I've also cut out a stylish shape basic white banner. This is the smallest one. And this thank you is not from All Zipped Up, it's from School Days. Okay, so we've got that. Then on just some basic white, we're gonna stamp the heart. Both the heart and the thank you are in Poppy Parade. And then last, we're gonna stamp that backpack. Now, this backpack, notice the difference. When you have red rubber, you have this little foam piece that gives your stamp kind of a cushion, but our photopolymer don't have that. So if you have a big, solid photopolymer stamp, you might wanna put a piece of foam underneath. You can use your piercing mat, fun foam. This one of mine is from my Stamparatus, just any kind of foam cushion, and it helps you to get a more solid image when you stamp your larger solid photopolymer stamps. All right, no dies for this. I'm sorry, guys. Get your paper snips and just go around. Now, normally I leave a white border, but this is a real solid image and we're not mounting it on white. So I'm going to try to stay right on the black edge. Okay. There we go. All right, last but not least, let's die cut our heart. The heart, because it is from the All Zipped Up dies, does have a die. Let's line that up. Run that through. There we go. It's a cute little heart. It's kind of got like a border line in it. All right, dimensionals, of course. And we're going to put that backpack right in the middle. My colors, I kind of went with Azure Afternoon. Again, I've been using Azure Afternoon a lot. But the box of our Little Debbie snacks has Azure Afternoon. And I thought that would be a good choice. Not that the treat package has it on there, so it doesn't probably really matter. All right, let's put a mini dimensional. Let's do 2, and I'm going to put them on the backpack. So I'm gonna do them on the left side, hopefully, yeah, okay. That way we can kind of come down like that. And then all you're gonna do is get your regular dimensionals and put them on either side of your ribbon. And there you go, an easy treat for those wonderful teachers, or maybe just change the sentiment. It's also testing season for all of our kids taking the big state test, so you could change it to say, you got this, good luck, whatever, and send it in their lunchbox. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, check the link here on YouTube, hop back to my blog, grab the free PDF. Let me know if you have questions, and happy stamping. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.